What if the king never truly left us, but was taken? It's a humid night in Memphis, Tennessee, August 16th, 1977, and the air feels thick with something unspoken. Elvis Presley, the voice that shook America, is declared dead in his Graceland mansion. The news spreads like wildfire, leaving fans weeping on Beale Street, radios crackling with sorrow. But what if the story they told us was a cover? What if the truth about Elvis's death hides a secret so dark it could rewrite history? The shadows stretch long tonight, and the clues are starting to surface. Get ready, because what you're about to uncover might change everything you thought you knew about the king. It begins with that fateful morning. Elvis is found unresponsive, sprawled in his bathroom. Paramedics rush in, sirens cutting through the dawn. The official report claims cardiac arrhythmia, a heart too worn out to keep beating, but something's off. The autopsy is rushed, the details sparse, as if someone wanted it buried fast. Staff at Graceland whisper differently. Hours before, Elvis was alive, laughing with his cousin, talking about a new album. He seemed tired, sure, but not dying. Why the sudden shift? Why the silence from those who knew him best? Dig deeper. Rumors swirl like ghosts in the Tennessee night. A maid claims she saw a stranger in the house that morning. A man in a suit, not part of the usual crew. He left with a briefcase, his face hidden. A neighbor hears a car peel out from the back gate, tires screeching into the fog. Coincidence? Maybe. But then comes the first crack. The coroner's report lists Elvis's weight at 170 pounds, far less than the 250 he carried in his final years. A typo or a lie? Fans start asking questions and the answers don't add up. An ex-bodyguard, speaking years later in a smoky Nashville bar, says Elvis feared for his life. He hinted at threats, vague, ominous, from Vegas connections, men with power and no mercy. Was the king silenced? The idea chills the spine. Let's look at the scene. Graceland that day was a circus, but the back rooms were locked tight. No one saw the body until it was too late. A nurse on duty claims the paramedics were nervous, their hands shaking as they loaded Elvis into the ambulance. She overheard a hushed argument, something about making it quick. What were they hiding? The public gets a closed casket funeral, a decision that fuels the fire. Why hide the body? Disease or something worse? Then, in 1980, a leaked memo surfaces from an FBI file, mentioning Elvis's name alongside organized crime and national security. The pages are blacked out, the truth obscured. Why would the feds care about a rock star? Was he a witness? A target? The pieces don't fit and the gaps scream louder than the silence. Fans dig into old photos, finding anomalies. A 1977 snapshot from a Memphis gas station shows a man in the background, tall, with Elvis's build, watching from the shadows. The date, August 17th, the day after his death. A trick of light or proof of a switch? The media laughs it off, but the faithful don't. They start connecting dots, from Vegas mob ties to hushed phone calls Elvis made in his final weeks. One call, traced to a burner phone in Louisiana, ends with a click. Someone listening, someone watching. The mystery grows, a web of secrets tightening around Graceland. But who spun it? The mob, the government, or someone closer? In 1985, a journalist claims he was paid to drop a story about Elvis's disappearance. He won't name names, but his eyes tell a story of fear. The trail goes cold, then heats up again. A 1990 recording found in a thrift store in Alabama captures a voice, deep, soulful, singing an unheard melody. Experts say it's Elvis, recorded after 1977. The tape's owner vanishes. Why? Who's erasing these traces? The questions pile up, each one a brick in a wall we can't breach. The official narrative crumbles under scrutiny, leaving a void filled with suspicion. Was Elvis's death a murder disguised as natural causes, a sacrifice to protect a bigger secret? The night grows darker and the truth feels closer than ever. But at what cost? What would you do if the dark secret behind Elvis Presley's death was finally laid bare? What if the truth was right in front of us, but we were too blind to see? It's 1978, and America is still mourning Elvis Presley, the king snatched away in the summer of '77, or so they say. Across the heartland, from dusty Texas plains to the neon glow of Las Vegas, whispers grow louder. The official story doesn't hold. Something's wrong. Something's hidden. The dark secret behind Elvis's death is starting to seep through the cracks. And it's colder than a Memphis winter night. Who's keeping it buried? And what are they afraid we'll find? Let's pick up the trail. That morning at Graceland lingers like a bad dream. The security guard, a grizzled man named Hank, breaks his silence in a late-night interview, his voice trembling. He saw Elvis that day, alive, arguing with a man in a dark suit. Not a friend, not family, a stranger. Hank says the man handed Elvis a pill bottle, then left. Hours later, the king was gone. Hank was paid off, he claims, told to forget. By who? He won't say. But his story isn't alone. A cook at Graceland recalls a phone call Elvis took that week, his face pale, his hands shaking. He hung up, locked himself in his room. What did he hear? The next day, he was dead. Let's follow the clues. By 1979, a name surfaces, Dr. George Nicopolis, Elvis's personal physician. Dr. Nick, they called him, the man who prescribed the pills. The official line blames him for over-medication, but the details are murky. Court records show he was charged with over-prescribing, yet walked free. Why? Witnesses say, Doctor. Nick was nervous during the trial, glancing at the back of the room where a man in a fedora sat. Watching. Mob muscle? FBI? The air feels thick with unanswered questions. Then there's the body, or the lack of it. The closed casket funeral raises eyebrows. A funeral director speaking anonymously in 1981 says the body he prepared didn't match Elvis's features. The nose was off, the hands too smooth. A double? A setup? He was warned to keep quiet. His business nearly shut down after. Coincidence? Doubtful. Fans dig deeper. In 1983, a Polaroid surfaces from a Memphis pawn shop, dated August 18, 1977. It shows a man in sunglasses, Elvis's build, boarding a private plane at a small airstrip. The photo's seller disappears. The plane's flight log sealed. Why the secrecy? Let's speculate. What if Elvis was a target? Vegas was his kingdom, but it was also a den of sharks, mobsters who ran the casinos who didn't like loose ends. An ex-Vegas dealer in a 1984 tell-all claims Elvis owed money, big money, and was threatened. The dealer vanished days after the book hit shelves. Was Elvis's death a hit, staged to look natural? The pills could have been the weapon, administered by someone close, but who? Dr. Nick? A trusted insider. The trail heats up. In 1986, an FBI informant leaks a tape. It's garbled, but a voice, gruff, authoritative, mentions taking care of Presley and a deal gone south. The tape's origin? Las Vegas. The informant dies in a car crash weeks later. Convenient. The pattern emerges. Every lead, every witness meets a dead end, or a literal one. Then, in 1989, a letter arrives at a fan club in Nashville. Handwritten, the script shaky. It reads, "They got me. I didn't want this." Handwriting experts match it to Elvis, 85% certainty, no return address. The postmark? New Orleans. Why New Orleans? A mob hub, a city of secrets. Fans swarm, but the trail goes cold. The media buries it, calling it a hoax, but the faithful don't buy it. They find more. A 1991 audio recording found in a Louisiana attic captures a man singing "In the Ghetto" in a raw, unpolished voice. Experts say it's post-1977, the timbre unmistakably Elvis. The tape's owner refuses to talk. His house burns down soon after. Why? Who's cleaning up? The dark secret grows, a shadow over Graceland. Was Elvis murdered to silence him? Was his death a message to others? The clues point to a conspiracy, but the pieces are scattered, guarded by forces unseen. What would you do if the man who erased Elvis stepped forward? What if the truth is a locked door, and the key is stained with blood. It's 1990, and America is buzzing with a new decade, but the shadow of Elvis Presley's death lingers like a ghost over the land. The official story, cardiac arrest, a worn-out heart, feels flimsier with every passing year. Fans across the Midwest and South refuse to let it go, their suspicions fueled by whispers and half-buried clues. The dark secret behind Elvis's demise is clawing its way out, and it's uglier than anyone imagined. Who's holding the lock, and what are they hiding behind it? Let's push deeper. The trail from Graceland leads to Vegas, where Elvis reigned in the 70s. A former casino pit boss, speaking in 1992 from a rundown motel in Reno, says Elvis was in debt, millions owed to the wrong people. He claims a meeting went bad, Elvis storming out, his face pale. Days later, he was dead. The pit boss's car explodes in 93, ruled an accident. Too neat, too timed. Then there's the doctor, Dr. George Nikopoulos. Dr. Nick faces scrutiny again in 1994 when new evidence surfaces. Prescription logs showing a spike in sedatives weeks before Elvis's death. Witnesses say he was pressured, his hands forced by men in dark suits. He denies it, but his voice cracks. In 1995, his clinic is raided, files vanish. Why? Who's protecting him? Let's look at the body again. A mortician's assistant, now retired, breaks silence in 1996. He worked the embalming, saw the body up close. The face was wrong, too smooth, the scars mismatched. He swears it wasn't Elvis. He was paid to look the other way. His family threatened if he talked. A double. A swap. The assistant dies of a heart attack in 97. The pattern thickens. Fans dig into FBI files, declassified in 1998. Redacted pages mention Operation Velvet, a code tied to Elvis. Notes hint at a witness protection angle, then cut off. A former agent, drunk in a DC bar, mutters about a cleanup in 77. He clams up when pressed. What did he know? The clues multiply. In 2000, a VHS tape surfaces in Alabama, filmed at a private party in 78. A man performs, his back to the camera, but the voice, raw, Elvis-like, sends chills. The tape's owner sells it, then vanishes. The buyer, a collector, dies in a plane crash. Coincidence? The odds say no. Let's speculate. What if Elvis was a liability? The mob wanted him gone, but a public execution risked too much. A staged death, a body double, a new life under guard. That fits. A 2002 memoir by a Vegas showgirl claims she saw Elvis alive in 79, working as a stagehand under a fake name. She was paid to keep quiet, her career tanking when she didn't. Her story's dismissed, but her fear feels real. Then, in 2004, a letter arrives at a Memphis fan club. Written in Elvis's hand, it reads, "They forced me out. I'm sorry." Postmarked Las Vegas. Handwriting experts confirm 90% match. The club's leader is mugged days later, the letter stolen. Why the violence? Who's erasing the past? The conspiracy grows. A 2006 audio recording found in a New Orleans pawn shop captures a man, voice like Elvis, arguing with someone about money and silence. The tape cuts off with a gunshot. The shop burns down soon after. The dark secret feels alive, a predator stalking the truth. Was Elvis killed to protect a Vegas empire? Was his death a government cover-up? The pieces are there. Pills, doubles, threats. But they're scattered, guarded by shadows. Every lead dies. Every witness silenced. The mystery pulses, a heartbeat in the night. What would you do if the man who ordered Elvis's death was still out there? What if the truth is a wound that never heals, festering in the shadows of America's heart? It's 2010, and the world has moved on. But the enigma of Elvis Presley's death clings like damp fog over the Mississippi Delta. Fans, now spanning generations from Nashville to New Orleans, refuse to let the official story stand. Cardiac arrest, a convenient lie. The dark secret behind the King's End is a beast stirring, its growl echoing through old tapes and faded photos. Who's feeding it, and what will it cost to face it? Let's dive back in. The Vegas trail heats up. A retired mob enforcer, speaking from a witness protection safe house in 2012, claims Elvis was a marked man. He owed the Chicago outfit a debt tied to rigged casino games. The enforcer says a hit was ordered, but it had to be quiet. Public outcry was too risky. He hints at a doctor's involvement, a name he won't say. Weeks later, he's found dead, overdose ruled accidental, too clean, too fast. Then there's the evidence. In 2013, a security tape from a Memphis hospital surfaces, dated August 16, 1977. It shows a man, tall, dark-haired, rushing through a back entrance carrying a bag. The timestamp? Minutes after Elvis's death call. The face is blurred, but the gait matches Elvis's. The tape's source, a nurse, disappears. The hospital claims it's lost. Why the cover-up? Let's look at the family. Priscilla Presley, in a 2014 interview, stumbles when asked about Elvis's final days. Her laugh is forced, her eyes darting. She mentions pressure from business associates. Who? She won't elaborate. A cousin, speaking off record in 2015, says Elvis feared betrayal, hinting at a close aide turning against him. The cousin's house is burglarized that night. Files missing. Coincidence? The pattern screams intent. Fans uncover more. A 2016 audio log, leaked from an FBI archive, captures a conversation between two agents. One mentions Project Velvet, a code for Elvis's relocation. The other snaps, "He's gone, let it die." The tape cuts off. The agents retire abruptly, their records sealed. What were they hiding? The conspiracy deepens. In 2018, a retired paramedic who worked the Graceland call comes forward. He says the body he saw was cold, prepped, too perfect for a sudden death. He suspects a switch, a body brought in to fake the scene. He's fired, his reputation shredded. Why the retaliation? Let's speculate. What if Elvis was a pawn in a larger game? The mob wanted him gone, but the feds needed him alive, as leverage, a witness. A staged death, a double in the casket, a new identity under guard. That fits the clues. A 2019 documentary filmmaker claims he interviewed a man claiming to be Elvis, living in a trailer park in Arkansas. The man sang, the voice matched, but the film crew was raided, footage confiscated. The director vanishes. Why the silence? The leads keep coming. In 2021, a letter found in a Memphis attic, dated 1978, reads, "I'm not dead, but I can't come back." The handwriting's Elvis's 88% match. The finder dies in a random shooting. The letter's gone. The dark secret feels closer, a predator circling. Was Elvis murdered by those he trusted? Was his death a government plot to protect a secret? The pieces, tapes, photos, silenced voices, form a mosaic of betrayal. Every clue is a step toward the truth, but the path is littered with bodies. The night grows heavier, the stakes higher. What would you do if the dark secret behind Elvis Presley's death pointed to someone you know? What if the truth is a shadow that's been watching us all along? It's 9:12 p.m. on Tuesday, July 1st, 2025, and the air over Memphis feels charged, as if the past is clawing its way into the present. Elvis Presley's death, declared nearly 48 years ago, is no longer just a memory. It's a riddle that refuses to die. Across America, from the honky-tonks of Nashville to the quiet streets of Tupelo, fans and investigators chase the dark secret behind his end, a secret that promises to shatter everything we've been told. Who's guarding it now? And what will it take to bring it into the light? Let's face the final piece. The Vegas connection resurfaces. A former mob accountant, hidden in a witness protection program, speaks in 2023. He says Elvis's debt was a front, a way to control him. The outfit planned a hit, but the feds intervened, offering a deal: fake his death, testify against the syndicate, live in obscurity. The accountant's voice shakes as he mentions a doctor's role. Days later, his safe house burns. No survivors. Too precise, too orchestrated. Then there's the proof. In 2024, a grainy cell phone video leaks from a roadside bar in Nevada. An older man sings "Suspicious Minds," his back to the camera, but the voice, rich, unmistakable, sends chills. Fans freeze the frame, spotting a familiar profile. The uploader vanishes, the video scrubbed from servers. Why the haste? Let's dig into Graceland. A 2025 maintenance worker finds a hidden compartment behind a wall containing a cassette tape. It's Elvis, recorded in 1978, saying, "They made me do it. I'm alive but trapped." Handwriting on the case matches his, 95% certainty. The workers fired, the tape seized by private security. Who are they? The family stays silent. Priscilla, in a rare 2025 statement, tears up, muttering about forces beyond us. What does she know? A nephew hints at blackmail, then clams up. The pressure's palpable. Fans uncover more. A 2023 FBI memo leaked by a whistleblower references Velvet Protocol, detailing a body double's preparation for Elvis's funeral. The whistleblowers found dead, suicide ruled. The memo's authenticity confirmed. The feds deny everything. Why the lies? Let's connect the dots. What if Elvis was a linchpin in a power struggle? The mob wanted him gone. The feds wanted his intel on drugs, on corruption, on Vegas's underbelly. A staged death, a double in the grave, a new life under watch. That explains the anomalies. A 2024 podcast guest, a retired CIA operative, claims Elvis was relocated to a secure site, his identity erased. The guest's episode is pulled, his identity redacted. The silence is deafening. The clues pile up. A 2025 photo snapped at a Louisiana gas station shows an older man with Elvis's eyes, fueling a pickup. The photographer's car is totaled days later. Hit and run. The image circulates, then vanishes. The dark secret feels alive, a beast cornered. Was Elvis killed by those he trusted, or saved by those who feared him? The pieces, tapes, memos, silenced voices, paint a picture of betrayal and control. Every lead ends in shadow, every truth guarded by death. Tonight, under a Memphis moon, the mystery pulses. A fan hears a faint guitar riff near Graceland, records it, posts it. The clip's gone by morning. Was it real? The night holds its breath. What would you do if the dark secret behind Elvis Presley's death was revealed, and it named the killer?